Since I started this channel and started really trying to get better at golf, there have been quite a few ups and some downs, but overall I have got better. So I was off 10.3 when I started and I'm off 2.9 now, so obviously that is an improvement. During that time I've tried pretty much everything you could think of in my attempts to get better, and I would say that 99% of it hasn't worked at all. So in this video, I'm just going to share the few things that I feel have made the biggest difference to my golf swing. Obviously, I'm not a golf coach and I don't know what you need in your particular swing, but what I would say is that these are all things, they're not super technical or like position-based things. They're kind of good habits and good kind of training drills, which I think would basically benefit any swing. And also, they're all things that I've been given by different coaches and tour pros down the years. So they're not just like random things that I've made up. But yeah, looking back, I feel like if I'd spent even more time doing these things and less time trying different swing ideas and tips from YouTube, I'd probably be a better golfer than I am now. So with that said, let's go. So the first one is one arm swings. So basically, take the club in just my left hand. I'll make 1, 2, 3 practice swings. And then hit a ball like that. The reason why this is so good is that because you're only using one arm, you've basically got no choice but to use the bigger muscles to swing the club. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but people who took up golf as kids quite often have like quite natural flowing looking golf swings, whereas people who took it up as adults tend to look like a bit more kind of stiff and choppy. Now, in my opinion, it's because when you're a kid, as you swing the club, it's like quite heavy in relation to your strength. So basically you've got no real choice but to kind of use your body, make a big turn to actually swing the club, which is why most kids have like a really full turn. A lot of them have like a big overswing. Whereas when you're an adult, obviously you're typically less flexible than you were as a kid, but you're also stronger. So you can kind of take control of the club and you sort of try and swing it with your arms. You end up putting it in like less than ideal positions. So by using just one arm, obviously it makes the club kind of feel heavier again. So in the swing, I feel like I'm having to kind of use my body to swing it. Whereas if I put two hands on, I can literally just like stand here and chop it. Also, golf is a sport where most of us, our lead arm is actually our weaker hand. So I'm right-handed, but obviously my lead arm is my left arm, and that's kind of like the dominant force in the golf swing. Tonight, when you brush your teeth, try doing it with your weaker hand and just see how awkward and impossible it feels. And then just think that, yeah, that hand and that arm is what you're using to try and create a powerful and accurate golf swing. So yeah, in my mind, it's quite a good idea to like give that arm some training. Having said all that, I'll also do this with just my right arm. So yeah, same thing, 3 practice swings, and always like stop at the bottom between the practice swings. So I'm not just like stood here kind of whacking it back and forward without stopping. Each practice swing is like as if I was kind of going to dress a ball and then make a swing. But yeah, the reason I do it with my right arm as well is that obviously if my arms can kind of work out how to work independently, when I put them together, it just feels so much easier. Honestly, I do a good chunk of this, put both hands on, and it just feels like so easy and powerful to make good golf shots. Obviously, you put your right hand where it would normally be, so like a bit further down the grip. And final thing, I don't do this with anything longer than like a pitching wedge, because if you start using a 7-iron or whatever and trying to smash balls one-handed with that, it can put a bit more pressure on your shoulder, and obviously you don't want to get injured and stuff. Plus, yeah, there's just no benefit. Like you get the same feeling by hitting shots with a wedge. And if you're struggling at the start, which I did when I very first was given this drill years ago by my coach at the time, just tee the ball up slightly until you kind of get more comfortable with making half decent contact. And then, yeah, you can kind of graduate to hitting it off the deck as you get better at it. Yeah, so a full set of this for me, right, would be 3 practice swings with my left arm, then hit a ball with my left arm, 3 practice swings with my right arm, hit a ball with my right arm, and then at the end, just hit one with both arms, but kind of taking in those same feelings. That's one kind of set, if you like. And yeah, just do as many of those as you feel like. Right, second one is actually a pitching drill, which was given to me years ago by a tour pro. Basically, just get an alignment stick, run it along the shaft, again, just like a wedge, kind of whatever club you might use for like a normal pitch shot. So run it along the shaft, so it's effectively making the shaft of your club a load longer. And then you just kind of address it so that alignment stick is flush up against your left side. Then you just like hit little pitch shots. Try not to let that alignment stick whack you in the side like that. Trust me, you'll feel it if you're really doing it and it's whacking you. Yeah, so that didn't hit me at all. If you do it right, you'll just turn and that won't whack you. It might just lightly touch you at the end. If you do it wrong, you flip it and that whacks you in the side. So this would be a bad example, doing it wrong. So, oh, yeah, that's giving me like a proper whack just down there. Obviously, like your grip feels slightly weird because you've got an alignment stick and your normal golf grip in there, but just hold it nice and loose. Nice. You can hit shots like 20 yards if you want around the short game area. Obviously, you're not going to be trying to hit like 150 yard full wedges. I don't hit my wedge 150 yards anyway. Oh, yeah, nice. But yeah, it's not about like trying to generate loads of power. It's just getting yourself to be using your body rather than flipping it with your hands. Yeah, if you watch pros pitching, most of them, it's very much like a body movement, and that club kind of finishes pretty much pointing straight at them. So yeah, it's a pitching drill, but I think it has good carryover into the full swing as well, because in your full swing, you also don't want to be just like flipping it massively. The next one is a drill that Tiger Woods used to do a lot of, and you know, he's pretty good at golf, isn't he? But yeah, Butch Harmon used to get him doing this a lot, apparently like for hours and hours. Tiger hated it, but obviously he saw the benefits of it, so he did it. It's pretty simple really. You just dress the ball like normal, make your normal swing, then at the top you just stop for like what feels like an eternity. It's only going to be like 1-2 seconds at the most. And then you hit it. See, that felt like so long, but I bet that looked like basically a normal tempo. Yeah, I'd recommend videoing yourself when you do this, and you'll be shocked by how long the pause feels compared to how normal the swing kind of looks. You can do this with any club really. I had a wedge there, now I've got my 7-iron. The purpose of it is to basically stop you getting quick in transition. Like once you've done a bit of it, it feels quite relaxing, but it just feels like you've got so much time at the top, which I guess most of you probably hopefully agree. It's like when you're playing well, golf feels like you've got a lot of time, whereas when you're like really nervous or you're not playing well or whatever, suddenly like everything feels a bit quick. And that's obviously not about like your swing speed and stuff, it's just about tempo. I was watching a really good video with Adam Scott on Iona Stevens' channel recently, and he was talking about how he feels like the golf swing should have time to mature at the top. And I remember even when I was a kid, my dad would always say to me, "Oh, you hit it best when there's like just a little momentary pause at the top." And to be fair, I think he was right. Yeah, give it a go. Hopefully you'll find that it feels nice. It just kind of trains like a nicer rhythm. As I said, stops that kind of like snatch from the top. If you watch my videos back in the day, this is a bit of an old classic. So basically, you get a towel or like a big rug or blanket or whatever. It's kind of in place of a smash bag, but there's a reason you use a towel instead of a smash bag. There's a few stages to it. Stage 1 is left arm into the towel. That's a good example. So I haven't been doing enough of this lately. And basically, I dump the club into the ground behind the towel, which suggests that I'm getting too pulley and too steep in my golf swing, which, based on the shots that I've been hitting out on the course, I'd say is 100% right. So So what a good rep would be is nice and loose, take it away with your body. Not perfect, but slightly better. Again, I've been like neglecting this massively and probably not playing as well as a result. But yeah, ideal rep, the left arm, nice and loose, take it away, and on the way down, you can hit the towel and let go of it. So yeah, hit it behind the ball, behind the towel, sorry. That would be a bad example, suggest that there's probably too much tension, too much pulling. Slightly better, but still not ideal version, I'll try and do. If you hit the towel, but it goes like long left, again, it just suggests like you're holding on to it a bit too much. Slightly better, still not ideal. Anyway, that'd be stage 1. Stage 2, kind of the same thing, but with both hands. Stage 3, same kind of thing, 2 hands, but you're gonna like do a sawn off finish. Yeah, see my hands have like stayed together down here rather than before. The left arm would be carrying on. All these towel drills were given to me by Liam Robinson, a tour pro who's been on my channel quite a few times over the years and helped me out a lot with my golf swing.
I'll teach you if you want. All you need to do is get a few towels in your garden.
You hit that like 340, 350.
Yeah, easy.
And based on the comments, he used to get like hundreds, sometimes thousands of comments on lesson videos that he'd given to me from people saying, oh, I tried this and it's absolutely sorted me out. So yeah, he knows a hell of a lot more about the golf swing than I do. Awful lot more about these towel drills and some other stuff that he uses in his own swing and in coaching.
Yeah, good shot.
He's now got his own website, which is called Tour Golf Network. Basically, it's like a monthly subscription, but it gives you access to all the kind of coaching content that he puts out there. It's really good. I'm a member. Yeah, I'll put a link down below, and you can also sign up for a month free trial. Obviously, yeah, if you decide it's not for you, then just cancel it, and it's no problem. But I would massively recommend it. A few years ago, there was a summer where I couldn't really get to the range and hit balls hardly at all. So all I did was just loads of this towel stuff in my back garden. And by the end of that summer, I reckon I was probably hitting it better than I ever have done in my life before or since. The fact that I've like been neglecting the towel drills a bit and I'm struggling to do them now, like kind of shows A, that I'm an idiot, but B, kind of problems that I'm finding in my golf swing, you know, shots out on the course, like getting a bit steep, hitting kind of slightly like diggy, choppy irons. I know that if I just do like a little bit of this towel stuff and literally like 10-15 minutes every day is enough to make a difference. So obviously you can do it in the garden or whatever. You don't need to be hitting balls. The final thing is more of a kind of skills test slash like skills development, and it's just practicing the 9 different ball flights. Again, I think this is a Tiger Woods thing. He used to like in his mind have kind of what's it called, like a noughts and crosses grid. So basically you've got low draw, kind of normal mid draw, high draw, same on fade, low fade, like mid fade, high fade, and then you've got 3 down the middle, which is like high straight, standard, and then low sort of straight. So yeah, you can just kind of stand on the range and practice those ball flights. So let's go for a high draw. Or just a high fat. Draw not particularly high, and we'll go low fade. Yeah, that was nice. If you want, you can like make it kind of competitive and like, you know, score yourself on how you do out of how many balls hit your desired targets or whatever, or just like keep it more relaxed and just kind of go across the grid. If like you're practicing with a mate, you can just like take turns to kind of name the ball flight, and if you get it, you get a point. It's just like having a bit of fun with it. But I think the thing is, like, so many people obviously are struggling with a particular ball flight, say they hit like a massive slice, so they come to the range and try and just hit like straight shots instead. But if they learn to hit a massive hook, massive hook was actually quite a nice high draw. If you learn to do the opposite, then obviously like it's easier to kind of then find the middle ground. Well, actually, I guess a lot of people don't even do that. They've got this massive slice or whatever on the course, and they come out and they're just kind of like aimlessly swinging, and all they're really doing is like ingraining that slice more and more. But yeah, rather than stand on the range and kind of practicing what you always do, why not like learn to hit every different type of shot, and then you'll be able to kind of find the middle ground when you want to hit it straight. Just like improves your skills as a golfer. So there you go. I hope that was kind of useful. If it was, and I hate doing this sort of stuff, I hardly ever do this, but yeah, if you liked the video, then please do like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Basically, because I've been so inconsistent with uploading content for quite a while, I think, yeah, I probably need a bit of help to like get the YouTube algorithm back on side so that people actually see the videos. Obviously, yeah, that's completely my fault, but if you, as I say, if you like the stuff and you want to help out, then that would be brilliant. Yeah, let me know if you've got any particular practice drills that you think are like the absolute best thing that you've ever come across in all your time playing golf. Then it might make the kind of comment section sort of useful resource for other people to look at. But yeah, like I said, hope you found it useful, hope you're playing well, see you in the future.